Hello, everyone. My name's Artemis Black, and welcome to Friday Night FUMBBL, which is not actually starting on Friday night because I've had a nightmare with my audio for the last couple hours. It is starting at 1 a.m. on a Saturday morning here on Twitch, which is going to be a late night for me. Friday Night FUMBBL is when we take a weekly look at the Black Box Trophy, currently Black Box Trophy 17. We are going to look at the leaderboard, have a nose around, and then do some Penguin Academies for some games for some of the contenders and for just people who are at the top of the leaderboard currently, but are unlikely to stay there as the higher level players finish more and more games. So let's take a look at the leaderboard right now. Top of the leaderboard with a very impressive score is Force Unlocked. 60 games played, 54 score, which means he's guaranteed to be over 50. That's a magic line in BBT. Unlikely to win. No score under 55 has won, maybe ever. But certainly an excellent show-in from Force. What is the win rate for 38? Let's have a look. Win rate of 38, 14, 8 is 75% dead on. Amazing win rate. Really genuinely good. Absolutely fantastic run from Force. 11 4 and 0 for Necro might keep the score. It's pretty decent. But I can't see 10 2 and 3 keeping the Orcs or 7 5 and 3 keeping the Renegades. So at best, I would say he's looking at 52. 52 is a good score. Anything over 50 is a good score. I think over 55 is always needed to win, but over 50 is a really good score. Garion, we saw last week, has now dropped down to second. These are finished, and Mavibi with his has dropped down to third. Unfortunately for Mavibi, is almost certainly to drop under 45. I don't think he'll keep either the high elf point or the ogre point, really, but still, solid effort. And then we come to our first new challenger. We have John Dacre. Very good score, 30, 14, 4. 30, 14, 4 is 77% win rate. Very high for John. Like a 50 odd percent coach or something. So real good run, carried by this undead run, an amazing undead run, 10 5 and 0, and like the orc run 9 1 and 0 is looking to go with it, right? If he continues that up with these runs, it's crazy. I will take a side note here. John is I hope he doesn't mind me saying this. He didn't say anything about it being private or anything. DM'd me about the fact that last time when I was talking on I think it was from Belenzone about, a slight problem with overnight scores. John emailed me to disagree that the American time zone has a problem. I'm not seeing it. I did reply to him with the same thing. I'm not replying here like, haha, I can talk on stream. I'm just saying what I said to him. I mean, it's always been that way as far as I'm concerned. Blood Bowl 2 was the same. If you played in the middle of the night, it was an easier run. It's the problem with lower spin pool. A lot, like most of the good players are not American, they're European. Most of those good players don't play in the night, so they're just removed from the spin pool. The more Americans in the spin pool, sorry America, the easier the spin pool is. It's mostly anecdotal. We have done some tests. John pushed back a bit on saying that Bazakastine does play in the days. Unfortunately for him, he didn't check which of those games were played in the days against which ones were played overnight. And if you remove Bazakastine's games that were played in UK European times, his average opponent's win rate drops down. It was 30%, and if you remove those and only use the American time zone ones, it drops down to 27%, which is ridiculously low. And Wilkins was at 40 odd percent, who plays it like both times a day or night. Has mostly played at night due to his personal circumstances this last week, and has played basically only those kinds of coaches. Has played Whipweed twice, for example. So playing overnight does have the definite thing. I will come up with more stats in the future. We're pulling the stats from the API. Dion is pulling the stats from the API for us. Maybe we can use those to try and get better things rather than having to manually do it. It's very annoying to manually do it. You literally have to just open like 27 pages at once and write down the win rates of coaches. I will say, if John or anyone else has an issue with the things and they want to pull it on stats, use the box win rates. Do not use the win rate that comes up. So, for example, if I wanted to check the win rates of this, don't just do this. That's not his win rate. That's his overall win rate. It's not always different, but it is regularly different. So it says there like he's a 57% coach. But if you go to ratings and scroll down, he's a 52% coach in box. Lots and lots and lots of people have a higher, look, open 69% because the open play is game finder, is challenging people. And most people, when they challenge people, try to challenge either a team that they're good against or a bad player because they want to win the game. So, like, he's averaged out to a 57% coach, but I don't use these stats. They're irrelevant. Only box stats matter. Open stats are so skewed that they're completely useless. And if you use this stat up here, it's been dragged up by this. He's actually only a 52% coach. So it does matter, those things. It will drop down the average of your opponents. I forgot what I was talking about just because John came up on this. But this is an amazing run from John. Good challenge, right? It's close. It's tight. You will have to continue with this level to challenge for the top. But with 12 games left to go, unless it falls apart completely, he's going to get in the 50s, which is again fantastic. Any 50-odd% coach who ends up in the fifth over 50 points is an amazing run of a lifetime. JMC is up next with his million draws. Currently at 36, but he has 7 to go, and he's only carrying 1 point, so he should make it into the 40s with that run. Chinggis, not going to make it into the 40. Teox, 24.99. 18 games to go. What do you mean basically finished? 18 games to go. You're not playing the rest of them? You got to finish a squad, Teox. You're spamming all these games. You might as well finish a squad. Set yourself a marker. X-Wing with a great run. 27.45 is a fantastic run. 80% win rate. Higher than Daker's, higher than Unlocked. An incredible win rate. So he's put himself up there. If he continues at an 80% win rate, he's going to be in with a shout. But you know, he's got 24 games to go. Wilking is the current favorite, right? 25-6-1 is an insane. It wasn't. He only got his first loss at like game 30. And again, it's not his fault. Just to be clear, every time I mention this, it is not in some. It's not some dig. It's not some sly way of trying to put it down. It's just a random fact that we all have to acknowledge. He's playing more late at night than he normally would. And so he's getting slightly easier coaches. He still has to win those games. So does John. So does Bazakastine. Anyone who plays overnight still has to win the games. Acknowledging that they had a slightly easier run of it doesn't change the fact that they still have to win all those games. But my contention would be server time. So server time, which is up here. My contention is that roughly 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. server time, the next 12 hours is easier by a reasonable margin than the other 12 hours. That includes all of UK and EU mornings as well. Right up for basically not midnight, because midnight UK and EU people are awake and playing. Somewhere around 1 to 2 a.m. is when it starts to drop off and they all go to sleep. And then all the way through to make it 12 hours to the UK afternoon. That's the easiest time, the easiest 12 hours. That 12 hours compared to the other 12 hours, in my opinion, that I do have some minor evidence for, but it's not, you know, we haven't done a massive study or anything. I have played hundreds of games at all times of day or night. To me, when I'm playing, it seems easier overnight in those hours. And it's backed up by the results of people in those hours being higher than you would expect for their overall win rates. So Triple Skull is next, who had that great start. It's still a good start, 23-9-4, but he hasn't played. I don't even know when the last game he played was. But this hasn't moved in a week or two. Loutra Hamon has come in. A lot of losses on this one. Not going to end up with a good run. Dan, 18, 12, and 8 is decent for Dan, but it's not going to end up as a crazy run in the 40s. JMC's second squad, again, going to end up in the 40s. Chinggis is, almost done with this run. He's barely going to break 30. Ergs is probably going to end up in the 40s. GZA is going to end up in the 30s. Alon Bay with his first goal. I think it's his first goal anyway. His first real goal, maybe. Is probably going to end up in the 40-ish range. Kotick is done. Case is doing well there, I think. 1967. What is that? 68.8. Not bad, yeah. And the same year, 26.7. I'll be about the same. So those two are doing okay. Smeeborg not doing that well. No one. So then we have some of the contenders who have just played less games. So we have Malmö down here at 1962. Oh, that didn't work. There we go. 81.5. So currently in contender. If he continues the same win rate streak, he's a contender. Mike the Machine at 17.44 is capable of making better than that. That's currently not a contender, I don't think. 76, yeah. But he is capable of bringing that up. If as long as you're in the 70s and you got games to play, you can drag it up. Like the 13-1-1 is what's carrying this, but he hasn't had a good start with the Necro. Dynamo with his first attempt, look at Black Box Trophy, pretty good. Always like to see these first attempts, people coming into play, and then the one that caused a little bit of controversy, not a lot. Bazakistine 18-1-2, like an incredible start, isn't it? But like we talked about, and almost anyone would have an incredible start if their average opponent was under 30%. We'll see how that goes. He's only played a third of his games. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Juggernaut having a go. Zalmore having a go. Spinball, probably not. 14-7-4. That's going to need one hell of a recovery. Martin Septim, 13-5-4, but he is playing vampires, and he went 8-2-1 with them so far, so not bad with new vampires. Nice Guys dropped off a bit. Panico Black, not doing as well as you would have thought, right? 12-8-8. Oh, I mean, he has picked some. Oh, okay, never mind. He's gone 1-4-3 with Undead. I'm not entirely certain what's happened there. That seems like a disaster. Eraser not doing that well this season. Oh, this one's better for him. 13-5-2. He's got 2 runs. There's Teox's other squad starting up. Nama with 13-3-3. I'm not saying wasn't J Lee had something good? Has he played anymore? Doc Lystra with 10-2-1. That's a great start. Oh, J Lee's gone 10-1-2. He was 10-1-1, I think, so he's lost. He played a game and lost. He must have. He's lost with the Nurgle. I was going to do a J-Leave game, but as I now know that he's definitely just lost. Oh, it was Red October. I knew this. Red October's in my Discord, and we were talking about it. I forgot about this completely. Well done, by the way, to Red October. Red October is a 56% coach. So that's a good scalp, because J-Leave's in the 60s. And more importantly, it was Dark Elves into Nurgle. So well done for that scalp. So sticks a loss on J-Leave. Sideshow Bob with 10, 2, and 2. Missed that. I think that's probably it for having a nose. So that's how like I think week 5 this is. This has been 5 weeks now since the start. Certainly over 4 weeks anyway. So good to see people finishing their squads, right? 60 games in a month is a lot of games. So well done on these people who are finishing their squads. I've played 15, not 60. You've played 4 times as many as me. And I mean, to be fair, the 60s are not the ones that have played the most. Like Chingis has played like multiple squads at this. 50 odd games, like 56, 56. Chingis spams the games until he runs out of teams. Chingis is going to be one of those people who is sad there's only 5 squads available. Normally, in old rules, that you could make 7 squads, so you wouldn't run out of teams over the whole 4 months. But because they're using the Games Workshop tiering, and there's only 5 stunty teams and 5 tier 3 teams, you can only make 5 squads. It's only physically capable of making 5 squads. Yeah, when I won the Black Box Trophy JMC, I played 59 games, and the 60th game took me a month. Every time I spun, the Dark Elves, which were the last one, would be in the spin, but they were like 1600 or something. So my other teams that I was spinning would get the game, and it took me a month to get a game with the Dark Elves. But it didn't matter, it didn't. I mean, it mattered that I played the game because I only won that season by like half a point. But it didn't matter that it took a month to get a game with that. Like, you're playing games, aren't you? And every time you play a game with one of your other teams, you're playing a game against someone else who's therefore gaining skills, MVP, whatever, and going up in TV. So you're building other teams up by playing them and putting them in the pool for your high TV teams to spin into. So, it works. Everything works out all right. Everyone slowly goes up. Right. So, what games are we going to do this week? I'll be honest with you. This is kind of a last minute thing. Um, we are behind since last week, since I got ill and couldn't sleep. You can hear me yawning immediately, which is not a great start. But I have picked some games. One should be coming up right now. Remind me about it, Raka, for Fumble End Zone. End Zone is going to need games to do because Steel Gauntlet's over now. Right. So this game, the first one we're going to do, um, this is Malmir and his Nurgle versus Jormungandr or Teox and his Chaos. Going into it is 1300, both of these teams. Going into this match, the Nurgle was 7-0-0 and Teox was 4-4-0. So neither team had lost. But obviously 700 is better than 440. Malmö are one of the top 10 coaches on Fumble, but Tiox is doing well. This BBT is in 60% land. It doesn't matter if it was a bad game. That means we can learn from it, right? And it matters because both you guys are in the top 10 on BBT standings. So we're going to use this game as a thing. So the Nurgle have a guard Rotspawn, a block guard Bloater, 2 rookie Bloaters, and another block guard Bloater. We have a block movement up Pesty, which is bizarre. I wouldn't save for stats, but just block. And a block Pesty. 13 players. And the Chaos are way worse off. He's got block, sure hands, and an agility up. So the only 2 good players, we got a block guard Chaos Warrior at least. But the only 2 good players are the Carrier and we have a block claw Ogre. Now I will say this, I'll hold my hands up in advance. Tiox did mention in my Fumble channel on my Discord that he had spun into Malmö. And my advice, so I don't know if he followed this or not, because I haven't seen this game. My advice was play for the draw, because it's Malmö with Nurgle and his team is much better. And B, don't blitz the bloaters with your, because you're going to want to blitz with your Ogre, right? Unless he has a block. Don't blitz the bloaters, blitz the rotters. The problem with blitzing a bloater with an Ogre is that he has to roll 2 2+s because of foul appearance. So that was why their advice was given. And I'm telling you guys, because this is advice I would give to you under these matchups or with anyone, right? If you have something that you can blitz for damage rather than, if you have a juggernaut piece or whatever, then you shouldn't be targeting the bloaters if they also have to roll a 2+. So if it's a big guy that like Renegades could do it, right? Because it's 30% chance of nothing happening. That's a big percentage chance to lose your blitz. 30%. And what I meant by play for a draw was if he wins the toss, go on offense, push up, claim space immediately, because it's really hard to claim space against modern Nurgle with stand firm pieces. And if you can score on turn 4, turn 5, turn 6 safely, and it doesn't look safe to stall out, score. Don't do a risky stall. Nurgle find it hard to score. That's their only issue in 3rd season. They can do everything else, but with only 2 Pestigors, they find it hard to score. Like a short drive, right? And to them, 4 turns is a short drive. All you need is a deep kick, and they suddenly have to move the ball. And with 2 pesties, you can target the other one as one's going back for the ball. So that's how you can get a draw against Nurgle. You can obviously, if you get the toss and you score and you stop them scoring, now you're playing for the win, right? Because Nurgle can't score twice, so you're playing to stop them score, turn them over, and you're looking for the win. But that's how it would go. And if he loses the toss, then try and stop them scoring. Throw everything in the way. Try and stop them scoring. If you don't stop them scoring, then it's the same tactics for the second turn. Just bang it in. Like if you get to bang it in, and play the short drive out. Because 2 things can happen. The short drive is easier to stop because Nurgle are not good at them. But if they stretch themselves, because it's difficult for them, they could leave an opening on the ball. They could make a mistake. And you could even turn them over for the win. Okay. So, no, I've pressed pause. Damn it. Why won't it pause? Right. So let's look at these setups. Basic rule of 5, essentially, from Chaos. And, there's only 3 back there. It's rule of 3. But right? Rule of 5 is basically just this, right? They're all in the middle with hiding a couple of the weakest players. And surprising to me, for someone as good as Malmö, he's done the champagne flute, which is just atrocious. I absolutely hate this goddamn setup with a fiery passion. It's shit. I don't know why people use it. It's terrible. This guy, once again, doing nothing, covering nothing, being useless. Ugh, God, I hate it. Right. I guess I should go, but it's hard to tell you what he should do instead. But what he should do instead is not have all 5 of these on the LOS, especially as these 2 don't even have block. So they should be covering the sides there, and on both sides. And then the rotters should be diagonally out behind them, leaving out these rotters to come up and plug the gaps. You can even block with block on the LOS with this pesty. I don't know why he's just hanging around there. He can't even blitz from there. Like, it's so rubbish, this setup. Very sunny. No one's throwing a pass, so it doesn't matter. Just gives us a lime green pitch to look at. It's a stun straight off the bat. Oh, okay. I don't hate that aggressive Apo, I'll be honest with you. Trying to maintain 11 players on the pitch to try and stop the score. I don't mind that. I never really mind an aggressive Apo. Yeah, like this is just not the way, right? But if these 2 are there and there, oops, and that this rotter is there, absolutely no one can get to the ball. Like, what is the point of this? Like, legitimately, what's the point of this? I don't know what the point of this is. This is like going through the motions, Blood Bowl, if you know what I mean. Like, just doing things, like, without really thinking about them. This feels like Malmös are not in the zone here at all. And that's a blockless 2 dice. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He could have get blocked with block and come back to stand there. Like, with 2 guards protecting him. So this is a shit blitz. Absolutely shit. So, I would blitz him with the Ogre. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring him down there. Bring him over there. Bring him after we blitz to see if he's in. Bring him down here. And just get a bit of pressure on the outside. Protect him. And that's it. Let's see what actually happens. Okay, we're making it 3 dice, but we're putting the assist in a weird place. I would have preferred, if you're going to do the assist, to put him there. To bring some of the strength down the pitch, ready to pressure next turn. We were going to blitz greedily. I thought we'd done it right, and that was going to be a 3 dice blitz on a rotter. Oh, wait. I take it back. He is distracted, which means he does not have foul appearance. So it's not that bad a blitz. It could have been a 3 dice. He does have regen, whereas the rotters don't. But he doesn't have foul appearance right now. Wait, does he have foul appearance? It's a... Wait, is it a trait? Oh, wait, he does have foul appearance. Hang on. Good Lord, trying to remember which way round this works. Not a good time to do this, 2 a.m. Do you know what? I'm not entirely certain. They did have foul appearance in second season. Because when they were prone, you still had to pass a foul appearance check to foul them. I'm quickly checking the rule book. Foul appearance is a passive trait, not an active trait. So it does not get turned off when you are distracted. So he did have foul appearance. Yeah. So this, talking of passive, this is incredibly passive. Just not doing anything at all. So what confused me is, why is this goat there? If we were going to blitz the rot spawn. That's what made me, like, confused. Like, you put in 2 assists on him, but this guy's doing nothing. So the turnover was whack. If we were going to blitz him, we only needed a guard in, and we would have known he was dumb, and then we don't risk the goat. What? Oh, we're blitzing him. Forgot we haven't blitzed. Hang on, we're gonna get you. No, it like when the guard is there, it's already tagging him, so you didn't need this at all. You can still blitz from that square. This guy didn't need to be tagged in any way. So we immediately blitz a bloater. Okay, so we're completely ignoring my advice. Oh, look. We managed to make the 2+2+, but we didn't get POWs, and stand firm means that now the ogre is stuck there and can be blitzed back or blocked back. Not a massive fan of having my advice so blatantly ignored. I don't know why this guy didn't dodge. Any reason why this guy didn't dodge? This turn seems like a mess. So, firstly, it's the wrong blitz. 3 dice in this rotter is... Oh, he did dodge. Tentacles happened. Right. So there's no noise for tentacles. It's very annoying. some of the things on this. It's a great system, by the way. It's not a shit on fumble or anything. So, like the sound people love, right? The soundboard people love. But there's no noise for some things. And there needs to be. So, Terrible Blitz should have just 3-diced a rotter. That's the first thing. No, he didn't dodge. There was no tentacles. Just says stand up. That's just a stand. He definitely did not. There's no dodge action and there's no tentacles roll. That is definitely a stand. Weird choice there. That is a really weird choice of Malmir. I guess it does. Like, I guess he was doing that so that if he got a POW, he could just push him up and chain these people off and give it. But like this now gives you a good hit on a Pestigore. Like that could have been another bloater, right? He didn't need to do the assist with the Pestigore. He's protecting by putting the guards in. But we can fix that. I'll show you how in a sec, obviously. Oh, he's made it worse. He did like okay. Okay, so he's made a line to try and protect against the auger. So the only real way we can do something about that is to actually there's a couple of ways. So one way we could do something about that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put him there. And then use this Gort to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Blitz like that. Because then we can chain him to there. Put 2 assists in here and block him. And if one of the assists, is this Gort that's currently activated, after we push him to there, this guy can go round the top to there to block to put the guard in, and now he can block the pesty. And we get 2 dice on a rotter, 2 dice on him, and 2 dice on a pesty. It does put your guard in to get punched, but not with Mighty Blow or anything. So I don't hate that as a plan. That's possibly what I would look at to do. Because currently the ogre is in an annoying place, right? He's got 2 guards on him, so he can't take a block. And the only guard you've got is over here. So you need to free him and do something about that. Okay, this is... Oh, no. Oh, God, no. Why is this guy there? That seems like a terrible, terrible plan. We absolutely should not be exposing the ball carrier in any way, shape, or form. We're just blitzing this dude for no real reason. Doesn't do anything. Gets the pows, but... And... Oh, God, and we're dodging the Ogre. We're dodging the Ogre behind the... This is an absolute mess of a turn. This is a terrible, terrible turn. Why on earth is the ball carrier exposed here for the blitz? Awful. That's the turn. He dodges some tentacles. He got his turn mixed up. By the way, he didn't have to, did he? There were 2 spaces here. So we could have put 2 assists in and then blocked with block instead of dodging. No idea why you wouldn't do that. It seems crazy. And we're claiming some space because it's turn 4 and we've got to do so. Everything, Teox. Watch the VOD. Why is that? Like, why is this guy here when we're going to blitz him anyway? If that doesn't work, if this is 30%, he's just standing there. Why are we basing people? What's this? Is this guy staying there? No, so we dodged first. Okay, so we did get a warrior in front. And the beast is now left behind. That's a pretty important failure to activate there. Like that's a double failure to activate that has really, really cost him. The guard was able to move central. He's not able to come now and support his players. And the push has been pretty violently stopped here. This 30% blitz getting a power worked, even if it didn't get a stun, it still worked. It's very hard to push him out of the way and claim this space without being like jammed in on against the sideline. So he's decided to come back central on turn 5, which is very bad for Nurgle. He does have a movement 7 carrier, but the movement 7 carrier now has 1 spare turn. Normally we try to talk about this on drive structure of how many spare turns you've got. He needs 2 turns to score. And he's got 3 turns. So he's got 1 spare turn. Ideally, you usually want 2 spare turns. So he's moving back central here has cost him 1 of his 2 spare turns. So he's now down to 1. So he tries to claim some space. Claiming space is good. The problem is, it's not really claiming space if it's with 1 dude. Like, there usually needs to be a backup dude. So, and he can't use this. I guess he could use this dude. No, he can't really afford to because he could put the guard in and he could one dice pow, and that opens it. That opens a dodge through to the ball. So I don't think I would do that if I was him. I think I would leave the ball. I would leave him here. If we couldn't afford to do that, what we could have done is put the pesty there, and then this guy could have double claimed the space. Because even if you knock him down, he's claiming these squares, which gives you some push up the pitch. should have blocked from above, or should have blocked from there, so we could get a follow-up block if this is pushes. No reason to be back up here. We could be claiming this space all the way down here. There's no reason to allow ingress up the pitch. And we did it again. We blocked the bloater. Oh. 30% every time of nothing happening. And he doesn't have guard, so that if this is a push, he still gets a 2 dice block. If this is pushes, he has nothing, this guy. So it's wrong in every way. I mean, he should have now been the assist, right? So you could do 2 dice block here. And I don't know what this guy's doing. Why is he so far up the pitch? Why is he up there? Why is he up there? Why aren't we claiming these space? This guy could have been on top of him, and then he could have been down here, and he could have been down here, and he could have been there. And now, because we haven't knocked this guy down, he's going to be able to use him to try and knock the ogre down and claim space going back this way. What should have happened is he should have blocked him, and on pushes, either stayed there to be the assist or followed, and then he could have gone there after he makes the dodge, and he can block him. I mean, instead, we've made the left side weirdly weak. Because this guy is not a screen. He's down there. If he was a screen, it would have been useful. Takes the both down. Okay. I thought what he was going to do is push up straight up so that he could take the block instead of having the warrior take the block. And then the warrior could have moved forward and claimed the space with strength 4 and stand firm. I think I like that better than this. We'll see how it works out. He forgot to move. I guess, did he ever have anyone next to the beast? Maybe not. Burns a reroll on that. He's down to 1 reroll now. No, he can't make anything. He can't go there. Alright, so at this point he can only block, so that's fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He goes there. Gives the 2 assists to him who takes this block, hoping to free up this guy. This is the blitz. It's the only blitz, and you might as well do it with the strength 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I guess. I don't think you can reach with anyone else. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's double dodge. Can't do that. So we might as well blitz with him. We could blitz with him if we free him up. So I would take this block first, and if we get the power, I blitz with him, because then he doesn't have to do a rush, and he can go and stand in the way. We need the strength 4 in the way. He takes the block and that frees up him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He has to do a rush to go there because this is going to stand firm so he can't follow. So someone has to tag him to not be an assist. Then we have strength 4 in there. And wherever, if he gets knocked down, this guy can go and base him. And then he comes around the top, or around the bottom, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there to take the block and tag him. Maybe. That might be worth it, coming around the back to there. And then he takes the 2 dice block and pushes up. So they're both based on these two. He stands up and he bases him. And then, so basically everyone's based and all he's got is this guy who has to 1 dice blitz through strength 4. The problem is it is easy to do, isn't it? So you probably need 2 players over here. But this is definitely first because you want to know if he's free or not. So he goes there, and this is a 2 dice block. It's a block with block, and we need to know if he's down because it dictates the turn. Oof. Okay. So not great block dice for the chaos this half. So now that's a new issue. He would be a dodge. He probably will have to dodge, to be fair. So now we decide who we. I guess maybe we blitz with him, but we would like both him and him to be here and here, I guess. And then he can come over and be there. And we've got the screen in place. Okay, I guess now we're blitzing him and basing the ball, which I don't like as much. That's the wrong one, I think, but I guess it doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe he goes there instead of the warrior we just moved. And then he still takes the 2 dice block and moves up, and that's all of these tagged. So that works. And we did stun him as well, which is great. So we really want to get in front of the ball here to stop him from being able to score this turn. Oh, we killed him too. Nice. See, we're not letting this guy's not going to be tagged. Why are we, what is this double screen tagging of him? What's that for? What does that achieve? Oh, we're going for the okay, my bad. We knocked him down, so we've opened a 3+. Okay. So on the one hand, I like that. I missed it. My bad. On the other hand, I don't like that we've moved our entire team when we're going for it. Yeah, but he's in Chunt's column. So we should have someone ready. Like if he goes to there and it goes in the crowd, yeah, no, I'm saying so there should be. You're complaining rather than saying there isn't much. Yes, correct. There isn't much because there should be. Because if he's going to get the POW here and knock him to there and it goes in the crowd, one of the directions it goes is this way. And there was a dude standing here that has now moved up there for some reason. The other direction it goes is that way. And there was a dude standing here who could have reached it. And the other direction it goes is that way. And there was a dude standing there who could have reached it. Like the guy, the goat that was here can reach all 3 directions. And is doing next to nothing standing up there. So that guy shouldn't have moved if we were going for the sack. Gets the POW. Doesn't go in the crowd, but again, even though It didn't go in the crowd. This guy was here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just a 2+ to tag him and not be an assist to this. Or would have been here and then taken a 2 dice block and tags him so he isn't free. So none of the so we've got the sack, but none of the things that could have made this next turn more difficult for Malmir have happened. Someone either needed to be tagging him, or we needed we needed someone down here so that he could take the block and tag him. Preferably both. Like he could have now gone there for the block, and then we dodged to tag him, and now Malmir has to dodge or 1 dice blitz. Whereas unless you make this dodge, which is a 3+, not a 2+, then this is just a 2 dice blitz and recovery. And in fact, if we're not taking this 1 dice, if you fail this dodge, this is a 2 dice blitz, and the recovery doesn't even need to blitz. It can just pick up the ball. Oh, what are we doing? Okay, if we get there without a reroll, why didn't we carry on? I don't hate this plan, but why did we stop there? Why didn't we pick up the ball? We haven't used a reroll for that. You can jump the body and pick the ball up. And this just doesn't do anything, does it, the 1 dice? Because he's just clearable. Was he down this entire time? Hang on. Yeah, you gotta remember jumping. He's been down the entire time that he failed. Oh, that's rough. It was hard to notice because he had the big confused symbol on him. Oh, that's his last reroll gone. Oh, you're kidding me. No reroll, and he made a 3+, 4+, 2+ to score. Yeah, so a bit lucky, but also you can see the bunch of things. So this is what I mean, right? You can, when you're playing games of Blood Bowl, you can do 2 things at the same time. You can be annoyed that that worked, right? That he had no reroll and made a 3-4-2 to score. But also, you can't learn from that. You can never learn from the dice. All you can learn from is what you could have done to make those dice more difficult. Yeah, but after that, the pickup was a 3. He doesn't have sure hands. And then a 4+ and a 2+. So he rolled the 3-4-2 with no reroll. It was a 3-3-4-2. He burnt the reroll on the first 3. See a bit, Teox. So now we have to try and 2-turn against Nurgle, which is quite the ask. Okay, so first up, Malmir's immediately fucked this up, hasn't he? So he was doing the correct thing, which should have been there and there, but the block one should have been out there. So the block one should be on the wing, and the two pestigores should have been behind the non-block ones in the center. Oh, thank you very much, Paul. Appreciate it. So for me, the block one should have been in the center to guarantee that you have to go down one wing. You're probably going to go down one wing anyway, right? But then the wings are covered by block pieces, so it's only a 55% to knock down. The problem with putting the non-block pieces on the outside is that it's a 75% to knock down. So if you're the chaos here, you pick a side, and you should be blitzing this guy with block, which is this block guard piece, not the. Please don't be blitzing with the auger. The auger tags the closest warrior. Your warrior blitzes this guy, and then we run some rushes up here. That like you absolutely don't blitz it. If you blitz with the auger, I'm going to be so annoyed. Who gets dodgy snacked? Oh, for God's sake, pause. Who the hell gets dodgy snacked? Oh, it's him. It's the one you might want to have given the ball to. Amazing. Okay, what an annoyance that is. So this definitely shouldn't be a thing. What should happen straight away is that he should have blitzed him. No, someone has to blitz. Someone has to tag the beast. Someone should have tagged. That should have tagged the beast. You blitz him with the auger, and I hate it. I hate everything. And there we go. Loaned, the bonehead, all went wrong. And now we can't score. Like, we just can't score. We have a reroll left, and we can't score. Not only that, we moved this guy down for no reason before we found out if we could even attempt to score. So this guy is now just based and getting punched. He could die, even though there's no scoring threat. So we've just run him down to die. I don't think. Oh, he has still got a reserve. He had 13 players, so yeah, he could gang foul, but he'd have to dodge to do it. Oh no, he's got a guy here. And luckily, that's just a stun because we have no apple. We used it in the first half. And we're blitzing again. Okay, we got a POW at least. Wait, what just happened? He kicked the wrong button. He got a POW and he selected the push. Okay. It does happen, yeah. I mean, not very often, but it has happened. But most importantly, it was the wrong blitz. I don't like this blitz. Like, it's 30% to the problem is, right? This could have been a 3-dice blitz because there's no coming back, so the guard could have gone there. So the difference between a 3-dice blitz on someone with no regen and no block and no foul appearance getting a removal and this getting a removal is night and day. It doesn't matter that if you do get the removal on this, obviously it's a lot better than removing this. It's the fact that removing this is such a low chance. In fact, I will tell you what that chance is now. So we have Loner. So first up, we have to do a 2+ Bonehead. Then we have to do a 2+ foul appearance. Then it's a 2-dice block with only 2 successes. Then you have Claw. So the armor break is 8+. Then you have Mighty Blow. So a removal. So the odds of removing that bloater are less than 10%. And that's including a KO that can come back. So if you want to Kaz him... Oh, wait, even a Kaz can come back. So I might as well write a 4+ after that as well. So it's actually less than 5%. Because if you Kaz him, he can regen on a 4+. If you KO him, he comes back on a 4+. So it's half of that. So it's around 4%. So let's test out what that is if we just 3-dice a rotter. 2+ for the Bonehead. 3 dice with 3 successes. Armor break KO. So the removal of the rotter is 20%. Obviously, a Kaz part of that doesn't come back. Like, it just is dead. It's a huge difference. Like, it's huge. And yeah, okay, he's got a bench. But, like, you don't know what's going to happen in the second half. You could be forced to quick score, and you don't want him to have 11 players. Like, it's a bad time to bring the point up because on that turn, because of the bench, it's arguable, but he's been doing it the entire drive. So this now, like, for me, this is again wrong from Malmö. I don't like the way that Malmö has played this game at all. So this is way too passive for a team that can stop you scoring. Like, Nurgle are just very good at stopping you scoring. And they've done this to the fact that, like, he can just run players down the pitch and claim space for free. The thing that Nurgle are very good at denying. I don't really understand this setup from the Chaos, if I'm honest. What, like, the only 2-dice blocks we're starting with are blockless, aren't they? Oh God, we're opening with the in ogre? Are you kidding me? Teox, man, this is not how you play. Sort this shit out. Like, you don't open with the ogre and you're hitting the bloater. The guy with block. And again, foul appearance and bonehead. The ogre's fine there if you use the other players first to clear the two bloaters, and then you hit the beast with the ogre. That's okay. But now what are you doing? These are stand firm and you're hitting them both with blockless blocks. And even after that, this is not a 2-dice block. Because we've activated the ogre. This is awful. And we've won in 9 immediately. So there we go. That happened. We claimed absolutely none of the free space. At all. None. And we knocked down nobody on the LOS except our own player, and we dumbed the ogre. Even Malmere is rolling dice without moving players. I don't know why the rotter is in front instead of the bloater. Oh, is he going to blitz with the bloater to base the ball? He might be blitzing with the bloater to base the ball. Yeah, he is. Okay. He's 1 in 9 himself. Oh, and stunned them both. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, ball goes back to the center because we claim no space, so... We've rolled... So the bonehead roll was a POW. If we'd just blitzed someone else. 1 dice POW is nice. And a stun, that's massive. Interesting that he's chosen to column here. That guy could have made it to there. And then he could have made it to there. And these chevrons would have, like, stronger protected the wing. I think he even could have just columned there and columned there and been even stronger. But he's chosen to stop him there for some reason. Gets a stun back. See, he could have blitzed him, couldn't he, from over there? Oh, he wanted to follow in to get this block. So he didn't want it to be his movement 7 going in. So he's weakened the left-hand side for the greedy block on the ogre. See, these little things are knock-on effect, right? So because he wanted to follow in here for the assist, and he didn't want to expose his movement 7 to do that, he's made a worse defense just to take a block on the ogre. Okay, we've claimed some space finally. Not really. I mean, we're doing a rush and we should be in. Why are we all on? Why are we so far out to the left? What was wrong with running this way and putting this guy here? Oh God, okay. Okay, this is pushing too hard. That's 3 rushes that could have gone disastrously wrong. Why have we put the ogre to get hit by the rot spawn? Safe moves after. All of that could have been done before he did those rushes. Oh, you almost got armbarred. Okay, so there's nothing special to do here. We just blitz him, right? And hope we get a POW. Again, dude, you got to understand that even if you've given the ogre block, he's still a loner and dub skulls happen. Why are we doing that? Blockless block. What are we doing? We are blitzing. Oh, are we not blitzing this guy? I thought we were blitzing this guy. We are blitzing that guy. So why have we moved him there? We've gone backwards. Okay. Steady foot in. Why didn't we follow there? Why didn't we follow there? Doesn't offend or anything, right? Why didn't we just follow there? Like he has to just stand up then? Or he takes a blockless loner block to free him. Like, both of those are good for you. So if you're going to do that, you dodge that way and you add on a rush. Because the problem you've got now is he could be surfed. He stands up and that tags him. He puts an assist in there. He takes a block. On pushes, he goes there. And then he just surfs him. He's just moved for free because we didn't follow. And he gets powed, so not surfed. And the ogre gets punched. No, we eat the dub skulls. Okay, interesting. That does give him this free goat around the back. So when he stands... Oops, this is just a free block and you can follow. And then we have these 2 players come down and he now can come down and tag him. And he can come over. Well, maybe not that way because he's got a tackle zone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 can go there. I guess you have to... He's stunned, right? So maybe not. Maybe we come down and go there to tag him after we blitz him. We should blitz him with him, obviously, even though he hasn't got block, because then we know where the ball goes. So he's in the right place. He's a stand. He's good. Pow is good. Follow is good. Now we blitz him with him because he's in your way and no reason to waste your own movement there. So as far as I'm aware, no reason to waste your own movement there, right? Steady foot him, kept him on his feet. Amazing. Amaze balls. And we double rush over here. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. We're not in range. I don't know why we double rushed. Especially as 1, 2, 3, 4. It's only a 2+ to put the beast on him now. Why didn't we double rush in range? If we were gonna do that, we should have gone here. Because we're gonna dodge, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess that's why. Because that covers that square, but not that other square. We have to do another rush. Maybe that makes it okay. I don't know, but I mean, you add in a rush, right, to score, so it's still a rush regardless. And you just don't want him to be able to come here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You don't want him to be able to come there either. Yeah, okay. You needed to be 1 south. Oh, okay. We're covering it. My bad. Okay, so the ball is eminently sackable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he can go there for a double rush. So 4 rushes will sack the ball, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A 3-2-2 will sack the ball. And this guy just hits him on a 2+. So 5 2+s or a 3-2-2. So technically, the 3-2-2 is better, but it does involve a 3. Could also do that, right? So even though the failure states, the 3-2-2 thing, doing this sandwiches the ball so that if anything else goes wrong, it doesn't matter. So for 3-2s, this guy can be there. Oh, wait. Why is it? Yeah, this guy can be there. And this guy can be there. And we've suddenly got this sandwich of stand firm, strength 4 for our appearance players for 3-2s. So that alone then is good. And then you can decide whether to do a 2+ there, followed by 2-2s. Because if you make all of those, now suddenly the 2 for that and the 2-2 for this is better than the 3-2-2. So I think I would do that. I think I would put these 2 in as the sandwich, then take a 1 dice, and then sack with the rotter. Or the 3 with him. So the problem is he failed the thing, and now he can't move this guy to be a sandwich. He can't move this guy to tag here. So he went for only the sack. Don't know why I didn't include him in the possibilities, by the way. Same as him, right? 3+ dodge. And so he's ended up with the worst possible outcomes. He's failed the sack and didn't move the rest of his team to cover the failed sack. Kind of annoying. That's after the fact. Not like that guy was going to recover, is it? Okay, so what do you do here? This one's kind of interesting. Wake myself up at 2:30 in the morning to have a nose at it. Right. So this is not a 2 dice block because of the guard. No point in red dice in him because he's stand firm. So we kind of need to get an assist on him, but we can't really do that, right? Because we kind of need him to be out the way, so this guy can then blitz him. And we could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh God, we can't even do that. He's not the movement up one. The other one is the movement up one. He's the agility up one. Okay, as he's the agility up one, that's a 3+ dodge. Wait, no, it's not. That's a 4+ dodge into a 2+ dodge. So that's currently that's just going to end up being the best thing now, to just 4-2 and score. Everything else is a 3+ dodge or like a 3+ dodge and then a block, and you need a POW. So you're rolling all of these extra dice anyway, so that he can be free and he can blitz him, and then he can do a 3+, 2+. Like it. And if you do this, you need a POW, or it's not a 3+, 2+. He's still dodging into 2 tackle zones. So yeah, I think it's a 4-2. I think you stand your players up, and then you take the 4-2. Yeah, it usually is. Like I would say, it usually is. You can always come up with more complicated versions, but every single time you add dice, it gets closer and closer to whatever you saw originally. I keep using the same example because it's stuck in my head as a learning tool. Back when K-Fool, one of the best players in the world, came from FUMBBL to Blood Bowl 2, and everyone was like, oh my God, it's K-Fool, he's joined. PC had joined as well, so they both came like pretty close to each other. So I thought it was great that these big players from the other place, as it was, like, because I didn't play on FUMBBL back then, were coming to Blood Bowl 2, and there were more big players, because I always imagined like Blood Bowl to be like failing to push like a level of prestige that other games do. Like we are playing a competitive game. We play a lot of big competitions on tabletop. We have Euroball and World Championships. Online we have the World Cup, we have the Super League, we have FUMBBL stuff. Like there is a level that could be there, and like Blood Bowl sort of hovers in this like half and half world. You get people like you were just, oh, it's a dice game, there's no point, play chess if you want that. Like, hate that, by the way. And then, but you also have people who take it seriously, right? Like NAF people take it seriously. Tabletop are always snobby about like online play. Like, so it's kind of like in this meh world. But for me, I've always thought it was great that like these big good players existed, and I wanted to be one. So K-Fool showed up, and I was still in my learning phase. I was a good player. I was probably a 60-odd% coach. And K-Fool was in a game, and there was this big play, and he engineered this like crazy chain push where I think it was with rats, like dodges with rats and things like that, and loads of chain pushes, and pushed through and scored. And chat erupted, right? Chat was like, oh my God, this is why K-Fool is one of the best players in the world. And something just seemed off to me. And I worked out the odds of what he did. And then I worked out the odds of just running a rat to the end zone and throwing a 5+ pass. And the pass was better. Simple as that. Like the odds of throwing a 5+ pass are 55%. And then you catch it with a rat, which is 2+. So the odds of that were better. than the complicated thing that he did. And since I've become one of these top level players, I do it. Like when you are good and you look constantly looking for a million lines, you can overcomplicate the simplest things. You can find all of the lines, you can find all of the different possible plays, and as it turns out, all of them are lower odds of succeeding than just the basic play that you're trying to find a way around. And in this case, all of the things that I was talking about, I can't be asked to work it out, but gut feeling says they're all more complicated because of rolling extra dice, and it will drop below a 50-50 dodge and then a 2+. He didn't get the POW, so like that was fine, right? What he did there, that was fine, because like I said, it does that and it gives you the option of blitzing here and if you get the POW, then it's a 3-2. But this is a red dice blitz. There's no way that's going to end up being better, is it? Or is it actually? Again, red dice is, if you need a 3+3+, it's 44%. But with a reroll, it's 69%. And so 69% is better. Wait, it's not better. That's a 75% dodge. Maybe he forgot his own edge. So this is 75 into a 2+, and this is 69 into a 2, and not a 2+, into a 3+, into a 2+. So this is definitely worse. Oh, okay. He hit the right one. Okay, this one is just a 2+. Thank God for that. Okay, so this is a few percent worse than just dodging, because what he just rolled, 3+3+, is 44, whereas just making this dodge is 50%. And then both of them still have to do a 2+ afterwards. Both of these are still the same 2+. So that's how you can tell that one's worse than the other. His way would have been better, I believe, if he was an agility up. If he had to make a 5+ dodge, would have been better. So, we've done... Oh. Okay, so we've done the right thing. We've scored. But we're doing the same thing here that Malmö did. We're allowing space to be claimed. The reason that we don't mind scoring early is that Nurgle are bad at scoring. But why the hell are you standing in the middle and allowing strength 4 stand firm pieces to claim big chunks of space up the wing? These should be, not only should they be over, they should be on the aggressive line, in my opinion. We should absolutely be full width columning to stop any space from being claimed here. And he gets a blitz, so he can fix it. How many? What'd he roll? Only 4-man blitz. Only a 4-man blitz. I also don't particularly like that Malmö is spread out at all. He's only got a 3-turn. I would have picked a side. He's so slow as Nurgle. Blitz him with the auger. Killed him. It's a 4-man blitz. Why are we putting him in there? That doesn't do anything. That's still a 2-dice block. Why didn't we move players over here? Because now the ogre and him are over there. Like, even though the ball's on this side, he's going to pick up and come back this way. And this guy's going to want to come this way. So we should have had 2 players move out to the left and claim this space. This is a move-up carrier, yeah. Move backwards? Let's move backwards on turn 6, so he's put him out of scoring range. It bounced towards him, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 13, 14, 15. So if he gets the pickup here, he's only 1 rush away from scoring with the guy. So we don't really need the handoff. But it would be nice to be forward instead of backwards. He's burnt his reroll. That's a blockless block. I'll be honest with you, I probably wouldn't even take these at this point if I was Malmir. Like, these are just 3-strand 3 people with a guard in the center. Like, they're all locked down. I wouldn't even take those blocks. You don't have a reroll anymore. And that would be why that's a problem. That was real bad, Malmir. Now there's an issue. If this guy goes down, which is easy enough, there's an issue. And down he goes, and now that's 2 dice on the ball. Because this was the dumbest activation of a beast. Come on, Teox. Like, you've just wasted the POW. That would have been the POW, and we're still blocking with a in loner. Yeah, but do it afterwards. Protect the draw, then go for the win. Wait, what? Wait, what? I mean, technically, he can score. Very technically, he can score. With 4 rushes. But yeah, I would absolutely have moved him down to be a scoring threat. And then just 2 dice blitz from the back, rather. He's blitzing. So he's making this... So he's locking the draw down, but he's massively reducing his chance of the win. So he's going to blitz from here, right? So knock him backwards. Which is safer for the draw. Well, he's in scoring range. Rolled 3 2s, didn't get the POW. There's no real way for Malmir to clear this. So this is just a straight 3+ dodge. And now he does have a score. Like, even though I don't agree with that turn. He has ended up with a scoring threat and a 33% chance of, you know, managing that. I think at this point, if I'm Malmir, I protect the draw. And the best way to protect the draw is to get stink zones on him. Which probably means that's the blitz so that he can go there. That's a block, which frees up the beast to come down. The other one is that this guy can blitz, but it's really hard to get this guy a 2 dice block because he's blitzing him, which means he can't dodge. He went stupid because he was the worst mistake Malmö has ever made. If he was active right now and he hadn't activated him, this would be a 2 dice block, and then he could blitz and come back after he's moved him down, and there could be 2 stink zones on him. So if he does fail this dodge, it's a 4+ handoff to him, not a 2+. All right, well, this has to be a POW. Or it could be a dub skulls. Not quite the POW we were looking for. Was that better? I don't know is the answer. I guess probably. No, it's a 3+3+, but he could have blitzed. He didn't stand him up, so he could have blitzed him out the way with the auger. But you're risking not being able to blitz then. So I don't really know. It's hard to work things like that out. And there we go. Weak Chaos defeats 7-0-0 Nurgle. And the rest of competitors for BBT doff their cap. Oh, God. Never mind. Hang on. It's back on. Oh, my God. It's very much back on. Wait, no, it's not. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. He's not in range. Wait, he is in range. He's movement 7. So he can actually go 18 squares. He's not even trying. He put in assists for a block instead of running people down the pitch. Yeah, he didn't set up to get a timeout. This goat is once again just standing in a stupid place. His shitty wine glass. Like I said, it feels a bit like Malmö like phoned this one in. Did he even notice the timeout? He didn't. He didn't even notice it was a timeout. Well, that is quite the perturbing ending. But I do think that was a good game for Penguin Academy. Yeah, he obviously should have noticed that. So that was a good game for Penguin Academy, I thought. Lots of interesting stuff in there. And well done to Keox. Good scalp. Right. What's next? That was a really that took a really long time. Sometimes I just get carried away and like talk about the game a lot. Or you missed a very long Penguin Academy. Oh, so like when I was about to start when I was about to start Friday Night FUMBBL, there was a game going on. And because John has now made his way up to be a contender up here, he was playing. So I was going to do his game. He was playing a game right now. Well, not now, but when I started right then. So I'm going to open that game. I don't really like calling him John, but I'd like, because there's a bunch of Johns. But also, it's kind of weird to call him Dacre. It feels like I'm his teacher, calling people by their last name. But this might end up being like a part 1 and part 2 again. Like, it's getting really late. We'll get these back on track at some point. So, this match is Dynamo with his 1450 Black Orcs versus John Dacre. I'll just call him Dacre from now on. Dacre with 1470 Tomb Kings. So, two clumsy bash teams. It is doing better, thank you, Matt. Oh, yes. It's not back to normal, which is worrying. But it's definitely better. So Dynamo scums a couple of prayers. He's only 15k under. And it's not an insult, it's just the word we use in Blood Bowl for when people spend their bank, essentially, to make themselves the overdog. And, I mean, I scum stuff all the time, so it's like I said, it's not an insult. And one of them's a waste, it's a passing one, but the other one's pretty good. Under scrutiny, your opponent is always spotted if armor is broken. That's a pretty good That's a pretty good one. It's not as strong as it could be because this Tomb King team only has 12 players and no DPs. So I couldn't see them going heavy on the fouling anyway. So on the Black Oak side, we have Brawler and Guard on the Troll. I don't really like Brawler, by the way. We have Break Tackle, which I should put on there. And Juggernaut. We have Block Guard. We have Block Guard, Mighty Blow Tackle. We have a rookie with Hatred of Goblins, which is pretty funny. We have a Sneaky Git. And we have a Dirty Player. I don't like taking Sneaky Git first, by the way. I just think you just get the Dirty Player first. It's so much better for actual removals. This does give you the choice of whether you want to go for a positional stun or damage, at least. But, yeah, not a massive fan. I don't know what setup's about. So, what is Dacre at the moment on box? So Dig is currently a 59% coach. This run that he's done for this thing has dragged his percentage up considerably. I think it was lower in the 50s because he's only got like 150 games in box. So a good run can move your percentage a few points. And Dynamo is a 42% coach. So a bit of a mismatch in the coach thing. Under 45. I will say something. So I was trying to come up with like a good percentage system for what I call people when I'm talking about them as coaches. Oh, excuse me a sec. Ugh. So what we were working on was, for me, 30% and less is, there's no good word for 30% and less. There's no point in saying noob because some people have played hundreds of games and are 30% or less. But obviously, if you're that low, the joke name we've called is Crisis Actor, and that is from that is not an insult to them. It's normally been because we're wondering how someone gets a run of that kind of very bad coach, and it's a dig at the person getting an easy run. Hence the Crisis Actor term, like they're getting fake opponents. But there have been some worse names than that. And then 30 to 45% are penguins, right? That's where penguins lie. That's where people who are new to the game normally hang out. Then 45 to 55 are coin flippers. Basically means it doesn't really matter much because you're in coin flip territory, right? 50-50 your games. Then 55 to 60 is journeyman. That's those guys that have dragged themselves out of coin flip because they've learned a little bit. Then 60 to 65 are like bottom second tier, lower second tier. I was going to try and get in third tier, but it's pointless. 60 to 70 is second tier players. So 60 to 65 are the bottom half of that, and 65 to 70 are the top half of that. And then 70 plus are like the top tier players, the elite. And that kind of holds. You get some players who are in the wrong category because you buy a couple of percent for some kind of caveats. There are plenty of caveats with all these systems. The American hours can give you a couple of percent. Only playing top tier teams can give you a couple of percent. Like never playing any like stunties or whatever. because everyone, tends to play. Most people who've played a lot of games tend to have played all teams. If you only ever play, undead for the first 10 games, then obviously you have a lot better win rate than if you play goblins. And equally, it's the other way around, right? If you main stunty teams, it's going to drop your win rate. So caveats exist everywhere. And there's something we've called in the past, we've called like a bubble coach, from the phrase on the bubble. And that's these coaches who, for me, are, on some days top tier coaches and on other days second tier coaches. They sort of hang around in the high 60s, low 70s. They make a few more mistakes than elite coaches, but you don't really want to drop them into second tier. So there's all these little, words that we use to describe coaches. So in this matchup, John would be a journeyman, and Dynamo would be a penguin. So, it's better. People wonder, I'll tell the story of penguin at some point in one of our Q&As, but trust me, penguin's better than some of the words that people have used in the past. I came up with penguin to replace the word shitter, which was in quite common use at the time. I've transferred the word shitter to players, and actual these guys on the pitch. So now you chuck 3 shitters on the LOS, right? That makes sense at least, and doesn't insult anyone. Being called a penguin or a noob or whatever is fine, isn't it? No one's gonna complain. Yeah, painkiller. That's where the joke came from. I made a joke about watching 2 people who are bad at Blood Bowl being enjoyable, because it's like watching 2 penguins play chess. They're rubbish, but it's fun to watch, right? They're cute. And then we needed a name, so I used the name. I started using the name to call that level of coach. And it can be insulting, or no, not really insulting. It's hard to insult someone by calling them a penguin. But you can say plays like a penguin or whatever, right? For someone who's a much higher percentage. I think penguins are down below 45%, right? But 50 odd percent coaches and 60 odd percent coaches can play really badly for a game, and you can say they were a total penguin. Takes some sting off the insult, rather than saying, "Oh my god, he played like a total shitter," which is what was in common usage when I started playing Blood Bowl. And I used it, where you use all kinds of insults because you don't really care, right? But it's nice to come up with some names that are not just straight up insulting. So, I mean, this right here, isn't it? And just to get some bad feedback, this is like a bonehead podcast setup, isn't it? And which is what penguins watch, right? It's awful. There's no reason for this. And because he's set up like this, so badly, so deep, for no reason, this doesn't seem as bad. Normally, this is a pretty bad setup. Just sticking 8 players on the LOS like this in a line, pretty bad setup. But nothing's a bad setup when your opponent is set up like this. You could have done anything. Sure, but you can't care about that. I mean, are they good? One of them's Juggernaut and Break Tackle, and one of them's a rookie, and then you could have put the block guard in the center and hidden the actual good one. There's only one good one. Could have just rule of 5'd. Would have been fine. And there goes a Black Orc. So not great. And the problem with this is, I guess, is what you do next. Like, he's just going to stand him up. He just had one removed. He got stunned. So, is he? Why would you just stand him up? Just dodge him last action or leave him on the ground because he can't foul because of in scrutiny, and then just blitz this guy. Oh, he's not even blitzing with him. What are we doing, man? Oh, my days. Or maybe I shouldn't have done this game. Like, I saw Penguin, but it was really high Penguin. Like, low 40s is basically the top end of Penguin, right? Like, you're pretty close to being a coin flipper. I was not expecting that. Just casually giving a 3 dice block on a dirty player for no reason at all. Oh. Why are we doing that? Okay. Well, we've solved the problem that we created ourselves. Well, it's not even a solve, is it? Because he's got to roll a POW. And he hasn't. He's not even there to cover the square. Okay. So he gets 2 diced. Not by him, by him. He can move. He can go there. He can go there. That's 2 dice for Mighty Blow. And then he can block him. Or we can just blitz him with the Mighty Blow tackle and step back in. That also works. Okay. Oh, the follow is interesting. I don't know why we're following there. Oh, he's dead. So no DP. Why wasn't it him? Why? Okay. So the dirty player is instantly dead. You might be on a delay, Matto. So the problem is he's got 2 guards here, so we could technically hit both of those, right? Because you can put a guard in. Stand him up, put him there. That's 2 dice. And then we can 2 dice the other one. We could definitely get 2 dice on both of these. This wasn't really good bullying. I wouldn't have done this. I would have hidden the Tomb Guardians behind the disposable skeletons. I don't want to get my Tomb Guardians hit with Mighty Blow when we're winning this game. Hello, Ajax. Or we could just hit a skeleton. Oh, who died but regened. Okay. And then push him. Okay, so that sucked. Okay. So I'm not certain that that's the. So I think what was happening, Matto, is if they played I mean, you might be right, by the way, but I don't know. But there is the issue that the regen roll comes first. So maybe the client was actually rolling the injury and playing the injury noise, even though there is no injury if you regen. Okay. So this one has guard. So he needs to go in there. And then we blitz this skeleton and move the troll around to there. And then that's a 2 dice block on his best Tomb Guardian with your own Mighty Blow. That's probably the best play, right? And if the troll is there, then we just need one assist there. And or with this guy, if you roll a power, he can go there. And then you can 2 dice the other Tomb Guardian. So we could engineer two dice blocks on Tomb Guardians here, as well as blitzing this Lino. Or not. Never mind. We're just powering with the the troll. Oh, it's killed him. But he also regened. Okay. So he has removed 2 skeletons. But they both regened. Gets the pow. Oh my days. Why didn't you've brought Fowlers? Why didn't you go there? Bring him back to be an assist. Bring him round and then foul him. Why didn't you foul him? You've brought 2 guys who can foul. You've had 1 killed and you don't foul with the other one. What are you doing? I have no idea what's going on there at all. One dice pow. Well, that happened. Oh, what are we doing? What are we doing? Why are we doing this? Why are we potatoing? I do not understand what's just happened. That was an insane turn. We're easily winning this game. His players are getting crushed against the sideline by bigger, stronger guys. And we just randomly potatoed the ball down the pitch and snaked a rush. That is an absolute lunatic move. Oh God, we're dodging. Why are we dodging? Why did we follow? Why did we, instead of just going around there? Because like it doesn't do anything because he just clears him with this block, so he still frees him up. But if he's round there, then you have to blitz to free this guy up. Get brawled. Why did we just do a rush? That does, I mean, that seems mad. You've already, like, you just snaked a rush, so you know it's a disaster waiting to happen. So what was the point of this rush? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Two rushes, you could have, like, K'd. But he can just go there and you can't hit him with this guy. Oh, we've done a dodge. Okay, okay. The 4+ dodge has helped. This is the blitz. We're just dodging. We're just dodging with the fucking ball. Amazing. Not a care in the world. The love of the Penguins. They love everything. No rerolls, by the way. No rerolls now. Still does the rush. Loving it. Absolutely loving it. Why? Why would you go there? It doesn't do anything. You can't even base him. You make those dodges and you go there. Why didn't you go up there or there so that he could activate him and then you can go and help out? It's crazy. Like, it's weird watching people play Blood Bowl who are basically just playing casually. So we're freeing up the thrower, which is fine because ideally he comes and stands there. That's a huge problem for him with no rerolls. And then you have the thrower sort of loiter in to get the ball back when this fails and get it down to someone and still try and rescue this drive. So I don't hate this as the blitz. It's fine. I sticked another rush. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, man. That's so good. It's genuinely amazing. Oh, so good. I mean, that one's unlucky. The last one was just random idiocy, just like complete rando potato. Just double rushes up the sideline. Obviously, we should say don't do that, because if you do fail the rush, you don't want to go in the crowd and being thrown down here, right? If you fail the rush, you want it to be in this square, so it lands in one of these squares and you still have a chance of picking up the ball and scoring. If it goes here and it lands in any of these three, it's nowhere near you, right? No matter where it goes. Could go that way and that way and that way. Could end up all the way down here even. So yeah, awful. Don't do that. It's fine to go for the score. I don't hate going for the score because you can't get away from him. So I absolutely don't hate that. But under no circumstances do you run up the sideline. Doesn't get his KO back. But this is a rough 2-turn. Don't know why these outside ones are exposed. Gets a blitz. Oh my day. I mean, that's not who you should blitz, but okay. I mean, that basically is put paid to that. Did he? Wait. So the apple was used. So he didn't wait. So you regen first now, right? In third season. So the regen didn't happen. The death was downgraded to a serious injury and niggle. But and he's got hatred and getting even undead. But like that means that he's not going to have the troll for the second half, which is brutal. Because I mean that means he can't even try like a throw to try and go 2-0 up and win. And I'll be honest with you, right? If this was not a penguin, it's still pretty easy to win this game at this point. But I suspect that someone at this level of Blood Bowl is not going to set up for like a quick score and just roll all the dice to jam in a score. I suspect that's very much not going to be the case, which is what he should do. Giving up on any attempt to score. Gonna foul, maybe? No. He's got a reserve. I don't know why he didn't foul there. Like, this guy should have come over and, like, fouled him or something. Like, he's got a reserve, so... if you're giving up on the score, you can't possibly be going for the win in the second half, so you might as well have fouled here. Yeah, the prayers are now whole game. They're always whole game. If he'd followed there, he could have two-diced a better player instead of the skeleton. Because there's bench, like we talked about before, if there's bench, hitting the soft target doesn't have as much use. Just casually roll a 5+ dodge instead of a 4+ dodge. Funny. Oh, brawled himself out of it. He gets to surf a skeleton. Look how excited he is to surf this skeleton. He gets his KO back at least. And again, look, this is the thing, right? If this happens to you at home, and you are, oh my days, this goddamn system. Press pause. If this and you are in this position, you should pick the left-hand side because the mighty blow tackles on that side, and you should pile everyone over here. Yeah, you would have been screwed by the kick. But there should be at least 2 goblins over here, or probably here and here, right? And someone should have got one of them the ball, and we should have run into scoring range in a sideline cage, and then just roll the dodges to score. Like, you should absolutely just try and score here. And it doesn't matter if you get turned over, because the odds are, with missing the troll, you're in trouble here, right? If you get turned over, you're getting the draw. You should try and push up and gain space and push anyone into scoring range on turn 1. Removed a skeleton. It's pretty good. Safe moves later, obviously. Okay, why do we constantly use our skilled goblins? So he's dead next. Full team reroll. Hasn't moved him. No, the skeleton rolled a 1 on the getting even, so then we did a rush and snaked it. What are we doing? Oh, look, he's still over there. He's not up on the ball. Like, so everything wrong, obviously. And this time, everything wrong was met with some bad dice. So this was a total disaster, and this is probably a draw now. And this explains, the Penguin win rate. Awful. But the thing is, this might not have gone wrong. He might not have won in 9. He might not have snaked. Doesn't happen every game, does it? So Penguins regularly get away with this level of play. One of the frustrations of people like me. Very weird. Very weird choice there. A rush? Oh. Oh, that's just strange. Because that's the 2 dice block. Can't secure the ball. There's people within 2 squares of it. So that's a 2 dice block, which frees up him. I guess you can't clear the ball, but you can certainly hit tackle off the ball, right? And then just go for a 4+ pickup and a dodge, not from tackle. You could technically clear the ball, I guess, by putting 2 goblins there. And blitzing from below. And if you get a pow, it clears the ball. And then this guy goes and picks up the ball and runs back down here. And he comes over and protects him from this guy. Like, that works. Should have followed to tag him. Oof, we won in 9. We did get the good scatter. And we've got the ball. Well, okay. What? We should... What? Where are you going, you loon? What are you doing? Oh, this is batshit. Okay, I don't know what he was doing. Fearless little fucker he was. If you're going to do anything, he should have come back and fouled this mighty blow tackle. One dice? A 1 dice? Okay, what's the blitz? Oh, we're doing a dodge double rush blitz? Makes the dodge, the double rush, and gets the pow. I didn't notice that he could do it. My bad. Again, I've got... As anyone who's watched all the casts or is a fan of the channel or whatever, that is absolutely something that I can't seem to get a grip on when I'm casting. I just quite often make just assumptions that people have counted the squares and can't get sacked, so I don't bother counting them myself. No! Move him. Okay, never mind. We're fine. Oh, God. Failed to pick up. Yeah, should have dodged him first, because if we dodged him to there, that's a 2 dice block, and we free up another Black Orc to go back. That's the play. Instead, we just went for the pickup, because, you know, Penguin. So it's still looking like a draw. If he'd picked the ball up, it might not have been a draw. Or if he just made this dodge instead and blocked and brought him back, it still might not have been a draw, but this is now still looking like a draw, isn't it? He snaked another rush. Oh my God. This is a 3+ to not be a draw. This is a 3+ to win now. Wait, do players on the ground count? I guess, because you could technically secure the ball and then foul the mighty blow tackle, which is not terrible. I don't remember whether that counts. Players on the ground. I guess it doesn't make a distinction, right? No, foul the mighty blow tackle. Ah. I say he's not even the type of might blow tackle. Foul him. I should have moved away from the mic then. It's quite a hefty cough. My apologies. Took me a bit by surprise. Oh my days. No rerolls. Okay, right. So he takes this block and bases him. He's not going to do this, but this is what you should do here. The important part is getting tackle off the ball so you can 1 in 9 dodge. So he comes around there. And then he does a 1 in 9 dodge. Oh, no, sorry. He doesn't go there. He goes there. Oh my God, I can't draw. He goes there. And then he 1 in 9 dodges and goes there. And he double 1 in 9 dodges and 2 dices the ball. And then he can 1 in 9 dodge away from him. Now I'm wondering if any of that's worth it. Is any of that better than a 3+? The 3+ is already 66%, right? How many 1 in 9 dodges are there before you drop below 66%? It's 4, I think. If you're doing 4, you might as well just dodge. I think 4 dodges drops you below the 66 of just straight 3+ in. So you still take this block first because it bases your guy who can pick up the ball. Stand him up. And then I guess you just 3+ dodge. I think you just 3+ dodge. And go and hide over there. And put him there. I think that's the right play. Annoying as it is to just 3+ dodge with no reroll, I think it's the right play. Just 2+ break tackled. Don't know why, but he did. That's a 1 dice. And he sculled. Okay. It's unfortunate, isn't it? Like, it's genuinely unfortunate. Like, if he'd made that 3+, that's a 2 dice block. He's based, and he just runs over here for free. No, it's not even that bad. It didn't come up with a bad solution. Like, that's the thing, right? If he'd come up with a really bad solution, he'd be a lot lower than 40-odd%. It's just not the optimal solution. And, you know, he's been unlucky there. Not incredibly unlucky, not in a way that you can complain about, but that could have worked, right? If that 3+ works, he's got a 2-dice block, and he probably wins the game. He has no rerolls himself, to be fair. If he'd stood this guy up to stop this other guy from coming down the pitch, he could still have won. So this is the blitz, because you've got Juggernaut for it, and it pushes you into a bunch of other blocks. So you blitz here, and then you come and stand there. So you've got both of these tagged on him. That's a definite. I'm very worried that he's going to break tackle blitz, which is atrocious. We should just blitz here with Juggernaut and then go and stand on these. And then we try to pick up the ball with this guy. And then he dodges and tries to tag him. Oh no, what are we doing? Why did we make this dodge, man? Like, sometimes I just don't know what's happening. Like, I have no idea why you would make this dodge. And yeah, he's going to break tackle blitz. And he rolls a 1, and that's the end of that. And now, yeah, now he gets a draw. And now, like, you can, to him, he's like, oh my God, I rolled a 1 diced. But it's not the right play. Like, it's just blatantly not the right play. He's got a different guy to pick the ball up over here. Oh, wait. Matto might be talking about the break tackle and because he's on a delay. You got to refresh or something, Matt, or you're behind. Left him on the ground. Just didn't even bother standing him up. Why? Why? Even with Brawler, that's still not safer than this blitz. Why didn't we just do the blitz? Why are we taking this block? I don't like that. I guess if we won in 36 with the Tomb King, we still have the ball, but it felt like he could have like dodged a Black Orc and hit the ball if that Tomb King goes down, or maybe engineered one to get free. I don't know. I don't like it. I think I would. It's 1 in 36, right? But there's no troll for a throw, so this is just a sad draw for. I mean, to be fair, it's a decent draw for Dynamo, right? These Tomb Guardians have held Dagger back. He's had incredible runs with his Orcs and Undead, and these Tomb Guardians have sucked. Tomb Kings have sucked. And I mean, one Kaz, he's done like 5 Kaz, and the other 4 have regen. It's crazy. Yeah, so the noise was there. He regened. He must have killed him. Exposed his throw raw with that on the ball for no reason. It could have been a dead throw raw, right? No reason at all to expose him there. It's on the ball, it's called now, but yeah. Could have fouled him. Didn't turn 16 foul. So yeah, there we go. A lower level game. I mean, to be fair, Dagger's play wasn't that bad. Dynamo's was, exactly where you'd expect from a 40-odd% coach. But everyone's there sometimes, it's up to him if he wants to get better. He might just be playing for casual sake. Not everyone wants to be good or get better. They just play for the fun of it, right? So no hate to people who are lower win rate. It's just one of those things. But it does give you like more stuff to talk about because they make more mistakes. I normally prefer to just do like coin flippers and up, but this was a game that was being played, and I hadn't done a Dacre game for a while, and he is currently 4th on the standings and looking to go up into 2nd or even 1st, depending on the rest of his run. Right. That's going to be the end of part 1 of Friday Night FUMBBL. It took a lot longer than I was expecting. This is almost a 3-hour video, and I've only done 2 games. I'll do part 2 tomorrow. So we'll do the same. I'm not going to continue to do part 1 and part 2, by the way. We'll get back into just doing like 3 games and putting them all in as one video in the future. Yes, exactly, Mato. I didn't say I was going to bed, Pinkel. I just said I'm going to stop this because when I'm tired, I miss more stuff. It's not as useful for people. So I will see everyone in part 2 on YouTube. Hopefully you're all still enjoying these. I am enjoying doing the FUMBBL stuff. There's nothing to really talk about on Blood Bowl 3 quite often, so I will see everyone in part 2.